Usually when I say we're fucked, I mean we're going to be fucked royally. Now, a lot of people who subscribe to me, all my subs subscribes to me, knows who this cocksucker is right here. This is Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clark, or should I call him David Duke Clark. If this ain't the most step-it-fetch-it Steven I've ever seen of this era, he is it. Now, when I say at the beginning that we are seriously fucked, it's a metaphor, basically me saying there's a new sheriff in town, and David Clark has been under a lot of scrutiny. Not only that, he's that super scion mega coon and avid Trump supporter. You can see the picture here of him at Trump Tower. You know what I'm saying? Like that, the typical thumbs up. You know. Well, when it comes to my knowledge on the notification, and I was looking at Taurine Rain's video on it, shout out to Taurine Rain, that this fool here, despite all the stuff that's been happening, like he's going to be facing some lawsuits because of people that died in his prison. A man who died in his jail from dehydration, and also a woman who was pregnant died in her prison, as well as her and the infant had died. You know, but it's no, and we joked about it plenty of times about how this man here, and it was memes out here saying that he could be head of the Department of Homeland Security. Well, that now is about to come to a reality, as he is being considered to have a high position in the DHS. You know, I mean, if there's one coon I hate more than Ray Lewis, it's this motherfucker. You know, he's one of those he's one of those baby boomers. You understand? David Clark is like in his early to mid 50s and stuff. No different than it is from Charles Barkley, from Larry Elder, Jesse Lee Peterson, David Webb. You know, all those guys born in their 50s and stuff. These baby boomers. Steve Harvey. All of them. You know what I'm saying? These the ones, they messed it up for basically my generation and a generation behind me as well. You know, they the ones who messed it up for us. And he continues to go ahead and does this. Because it seems like it seems like all the ass kissing that he was given 45 is about to maybe pay off, and this is our worst fear. It's bad enough that we're dealing with the Keebler elf, otherwise known as Jeffrey Beauregard Sessions, that now we come to find out, and I'm gonna do that there won't be any charges bring against those two Peckerwoods from out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that murdered our brother Alton Sterling. But I'm gonna do another video on that. But right now, my focus is, this is a much more bigger danger here. Let me just go ahead and go with this article that I pulled up from Atlanta Black Star. And you see the title. White House is considering Sheriff David Duke Clark for a Department of Homeland Security post. Just keep in mind, considering, that doesn't mean he's got it. But at the same time, the Taurine Rain say he doesn't have to be nominated. He doesn't have to go through the House or the Senate to be nominated. He can just waltz his two left foot ass right up in there. Let's go ahead and get into this. The Milwaukee sheriff, who referred to Black Lives Matter as a quote-unquote terrorist organization. How can a hashtag be a terrorist group? Is reportedly being considered for a position at the Department of Homeland Security. Milwaukee County Sheriff David Duke Clark is in line to become the next Assistant Secretary, oh Lord Jesus Christ, at the DHS's Office of Partnership and Engagement, according to Politico. OPE, you down with me? Citing 3 sources familiar with the Trump administration's planning. Now, the OPE office is ultimately in charge of coordinating outreach to state, local, and tribal officials, as well as law enforcement. The assistant secretary position does not, I just said this, it doesn't require Senate confirmation. You know, Clark has long been touted as a possible candidate for the role and met with 45 at Trump Tower late last year. Though things are looking to go in his favor, a senior White House official warned it's not a done deal yet. The contested sheriff, known for his public outburst and disdain for the Black Lives Matter movement, has recently found himself in hot water over the number of inmate deaths at his Milwaukee County Jail. Revelations in the case of 38-year-old Terrell Thomas, who died of dehydration, which was a year ago, after jail staff cut off the water in his cell, have since prompted calls for Clark's resignation. Now, according to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, former Deputy Inspector Kevin Nilwicks, who was second in command at the jail, testified that Thomas was deprived of water and a mattress for 7 days. Assistant District Attorney Kurt Bentley also told jurors that the man was mentally unstable and unable to ask for help before dying in his cell. Thomas was one of those 4 inmates who died at Clark's jail last year. But here's the kicker. Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker has refused to remove Clark from his post. Okay, in case y'all don't know who Scott Walker is, let me just go ahead and do this right now, so you know, because I want y'all to see who this motherfucker is here. Just show you real quick. That is Scott Walker, the governor of Wisconsin, and it's a dirty little thing I found out. I dug real deep and found out about with her, and I do mean her. Here's the kicker. Hold on one second. Let me just. Let me just get this real quick. Cause y'all finna trip the hell out what I'm about to show y'all. That's Milwaukee Governor Scott Walker. Not only he's a Nazi sympathizer, but he's also a cross-dresser. Thank goodness they blurred that out, because I'm definitely not trying to see this cave troll's butt cheeks and tail to go with it. But this is the governor of Wisconsin. This is the governor of Wisconsin. This is an old photo, but it has surfaced. They thought they took it down, but they didn't. So if y'all want to download it, I'll leave a link in the description for y'all to get it. You know, but this is all to relate to, because, you know, he likes David Clark because David Clark doing his dirty work. Do you realize that Milwaukee has the highest incarceration of black men in the whole state of Wisconsin and throughout the country? This stepping fetches Super Saiyan John Wayne wannabe coon is going to be, because see, now it done got to the point now, and I went through some of the comment sections on this post, and even white people are now like reconsidering, because the same ones who bigged up David Clark are now the ones speaking out against him. And on top of that, because people tend to forget, some white people tend to forget about that incident he had with a white guy on the airplane. They tend to forget about that. But I'll post that up on my Instagram page if you want to follow it right there, or Twitter. But the scary part about is this: yes, David Clark is being considered for a position of Assistant Secretary of DHS, which, like myself and Tory Rain said, it does not require Senate confirmation. It does not require that. It doesn't require that. I'll tell you, if this motherfucker get in there, you know, we are totally screwed. But David Clark, fuck him. The cross-dressing governor of Wisconsin, fuck you too. Because, like, it's no surprise to me like it is to Scott Walker. But see, this is how they get down. And this is the governor of Wisconsin. I would not be surprised, even down here, if Rick Scott is probably a cross-dresser. I would not be surprised. Or either the one from New York. I would not be surprised whatsoever. But this is scary. This is scary. This is even more scary if you get this fool up in there. You get this motherfucker up in there, and he just gonna waltz his ass right up on in there. When I say, like, you know, because David Clark, like Charles Barkley, and, you know, these guys can never relate to us, and here you got the reason why. You know, because David Clark is such a self-hating Negro. I think he hates his own skin, black people hates his own skin so much that he wishes that he was Caucasian. I mean, come on. In the year 2017, who the hell rides into a modern day 21st century city riding on a goddamn horse? A horse. You know, I think he takes that John Wayne shit very seriously, man. I mean, like, dude is on some shit. He is on some other shit. You know, and, you know, here's some more I got of him. 2 peas in the pod. You go figure which one is the Super Saiyan coon. You know, David Duke Clark or Mr. Quarterfro, Stephen Ass Snitch. You know, fuck him too. And let me just see if I can find the one. I think I got the one with him riding the goddamn horse in downtown Milwaukee, looking like a damn fool. Oh, here you go. Yeah. I mean, got the duster, got the blazer, got all that shit. Don't even make no damn sense. This motherfucker think he the Lone Ranger and shit. But you gotta understand something. I could get out here and I could clown him, Scott Walker, soft ass, pug nose ass, but he's already being exposed. And David Clark, like, these guys, they're dangerous. Run along with Stephen A. Smith, they're dangerous. And I mean they're dangerous because see, now he's already got the authority of the badge and all this other stuff. But now if he gets that position, it's a setup to gotta go here, and they're gonna try to round up as many of us as they possibly could, or even in the works. See, this is one of the reasons and stuff why global white supremacy would never be dismantled down, because of super scion coons like this. You know. And the disparaging things he's saying about, like, with Black Lives Matter. First thing first, let me make the record real clear that not every black person is associated or whatever with Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives Matter is not an organization. It's a hashtag, you know. But the lamestream, or should I say gamestream media, pumps it up so much that they comparing them to ISIS, another fictitious group. But it's just not. You got three a Nazi sympathizer and two other Nazis also in the state of Wisconsin. Milwaukee Police Chief racist Ed Flynn, and also the racist Governor Scott Walker, which y'all seen for yourself. Just take a good damn look at this shit. This is the governor of Wisconsin. I can't even look at this shit anymore. But see, that's how they get down. That's how he gets down. Fuck you, Scott Walker. You ain't shit. As far as David Clark go, I ain't got shit to say about this motherfucker, man. He can go eat a dick as far as I'm concerned. The hell with him. But like I said, This is I think they just doing this so they can try to pull him away from these situations and all that. It's all a setup. Just like how they made Ben Carson the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. You know, somebody who's a brilliant neurosurgeon, but he just common sense stupid. And so is this motherfucker. You know, this man here is no doubt the modern day Steven. I done heard, you know, Mr. Superboy 223 talk about him. I don't, you know, because him being from Chicago, so therefore, you know, out there in Milwaukee, they know about him. I done hear Ticket TV talk about him, Town Biz talk about him. I always wanted to get around him to be aired on my Coon Hunters Thursday, but I just had to go ahead and break this out because it came across in my notifications, and I said, like, no, I got to do one on this, just like I'm gonna do the other one I'm upload pertaining to Alton Sterling. But this guy here, dangerous motherfuckers. Dangerous motherfuckers, man. This is what we got to deal with. Fuck them all. That's what I got to say. Compared to them. We better start getting on our game, people. Because otherwise he gets in there, we're screwed. We're all screwed. And white people, this includes you too. We're all gonna be screwed. Don't think for 1 second, because he been acting a fool lately, and he'll gonna turn around and screw you too.